Dr. Vincent, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good day, everyone. How are you, Richard?
I'm good at the moment. I've been going now to the gym now for, I think it's about 4 weeks now, at least 4 times a week. I get up at 5:30 in the morning, 7:30 on Saturdays to go down there. So, trying to exercise a lot more and eat a bit healthier. So you're inspiring me, Vincent.
Thank you so much. And I am so happy. I am sitting here and smiling as you were telling everyone your new gym routine. And also waking up in the morning. A lot of people really undervalue the value of waking up early in the morning because, yes, maybe your day doesn't start until 8 or 9, but waking up in the morning really does do wonders to your brain, your mentality, as well as your mood.
Yeah, it does, especially my mood. Especially my mood. And, for people out there, yes, I still go to the pub. I occasionally eat junk food as well. But, it's all in life's balance, isn't it, Vincent?
Yes, that is very, very true because you don't want to be someone who, being very strict with your diet or being obsessed with quote-unquote healthy food all the time may actually be unhealthy for yourself and may make your life miserable because, again, at the end of the day, we are just human who try to enjoy life. And part of enjoyment in life is socializing. And socializing with friends usually or most of the time involves food, usually involves some alcoholic beverages. And you're right. As long as you're mindful about striking a balanced diet, moderation is always key. I think there's nothing wrong and people shouldn't feel bad or guilty about it. Like I always hear this word guilty pleasure when you're eating chocolate, when you're eating a slice of cake. I think that you should allow yourself, both physically and mentally, to enjoy those stuff. Because at the end of the day, if the goal is to be healthy, it shouldn't just be about weight. It shouldn't just be about physical health, but also mental health.
Yeah. And, we talk about how weight loss is that mathematical issue, isn't it? So, it's eat less and move more sometimes, because it is about what we put in our mouth sometimes that appears on our body.
That's correct. But I also think that many of us probably wonder, we all have one or two friends or family members who just seemingly so lucky. It doesn't matter whether they go for second or even third place. They seem to be able to always, have a trim figure. And I always joke that
they are dreadful people, Vincent.
For people like me, and I don't know whether you can relate to this or not, but I see food and I think I gain weight.
Yeah, we do. It's just, you just like, that's all right. I see that hamburger there. I've eaten it and, suddenly I'm gaining weight. I mean, that's one of the reasons why, I started going to the gym, for it. Not that I'm overweight. And, if you've got a very good memory here on, listeners on 5AA, I talked about the time, but, before I turned a certain age, I was determined to drop weight and I dropped 25 kilos in weight. Yeah. And you wouldn't have expected me to be that big beforehand. But I've been able to keep it off all of these years. But, I just decided, as advancing years are coming on, I want to be more fit.
Yes. And, there is a saying that everyone. So when you hit, a milestone age, I think for some people it's 40 and for some people it's 50. The weight that you are on those milestone age usually will be the weight that you keep for almost like the rest of your life. So taking charge of your health and including your weight is a very important thing. I know that talking about weight can sometimes be a sensitive topic, but what I encourage people to do when you want to talk about it with your friends or your family members or your spouse is talking about it from a health perspective. I don't think that everyone who is skinny is healthy, and vice versa. It doesn't mean that when you carry an extra pound or two, doesn't mean that you are unhealthy. So I think, and I hope that through this radio segment, through the media, through interviews, through articles that you read online, I really hope that we can start a change in terms of how people, us as a society, feel and talk about weight. It should be less about appearance and more about the health.
The health, exactly right. Now, you want to talk about genes and not not Levi's.
Yes, believe it or not, there is this genes translation, or genetical translation that make us more predisposed to putting on weight. Some scientists suggest that our evolutionary journey programmed us to want to eat. This is called the thrifty gene. So basically, back in the day when our ancestors were hunter and gatherer, they actually people with this thrifty gene are actually those who survive because it will allow them to gain more weight and more fatty tissue better and quicker during the times of abundance, so that they have all this nourishment and nutrition even when they don't necessarily have access to food. However, this problem is this then become a problem now because we have much more easier access to food. And unfortunately, for some people, these genes are more active than in us compared to other people. This means that we are more at risk of putting more kilograms when we eat extra calories compared to others. And this can be expressed in the way that when you're eating something sugary, your insulin response may encourage your body to reserve more of this calorie in the form of fat tissues compared to other people who seemingly, they can eat naughtily and they don't put on weight. So I really do think that understanding how your body works and how your relationship with food is also very important, because there is a limit to what we can run every day or go to the gym. And I really encourage people to not have that relationship with food. It doesn't mean that, the joke or the saying that people say that, oh, don't eat that slice of cake because that is 2 hours on the treadmill. While sometimes it's a lighthearted joke, it can also be the beginning of eating disorder. So instead of thinking it that way, perhaps think it more in the way that if you do know that you gain weight easily by eating something naughty or like sweets or fried food, perhaps instead of eating the full slice, eat the half slice and have another one later, because this means that you're training your body to not have that sugar spike in one go. Because if you have that sugar spike in one go, it means that your body is more likely to reserve the excess calorie in the form of fat.
Vincent, we're going to split this talk up this week because we still have a lot to cover, all right, on that, because yes. I know we want to talk about diabetes and some eating habits on there as well, because it is a very interesting subject. So we're going to continue this next week. Where can we find out more about you?
Well, I'm really glad that you find this very interesting, and I hope people do too. So tune in next week. But in the meantime, if you want to find out and read more about what I do, please go to anappleaday.com.au. We are also in the vitamin and skincare aisle in Woolworths and also at Coles. So if you want to give the gift of health to your friends and family, please go and support us. And
they're great products. Vincent, talk to you next week because it is a very important subject, I think, especially at this time of year.
Thank you, and have a great day.
No worries. Thanks.